Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Achievement Sucks. I'm your host, Andrew Biardo, with my co-host here, Landon Leyland, which I was
Oh,
spelling wrong for
hi.
the past 10 minutes. How you doing, man?
I'm okay.
You're okay? Hey,
Mm-hmm.
we've had a bit of technical difficulties. Apparently, I'm old and I don't understand how Google Hangouts works, so there's
Uh,
that. Anyway, something happened last week, Landon, and it's been a while since we last came on air, if you will, or maybe that's not the best way to put it. But something happened last week. What was that?
I think it was this little thing called uh E2? Is it
E2?
E2?
Well, it did feel like it too. It was pretty much under the most underwhelming E3
It
I've
did
ever.
feel like it too.
It did sucked. Actually, for me, my favorite part of this year's E3 would have been Nintendo's part. Right? Was that the same for you?
No.
No, really?
Because I
What
don't give a shit about Nintendo, so
Well, okay, that's fair, and that's fair because they just are in their own little world and they do things the way they do them. However, presentation-wise and hype-wise, being that this generation for Nintendo has been a kind of a
less than
wash,
stellar.
yeah, basically, you have nothing coming out for the Wii U until this fall, basically. And I mean, Mario
Sweet.
Kart just came out, right? But there's nothing else going on. If you don't like racing games or kart games, yeah, you're kind of screwed,
Who
right?
doesn't like kart game? It's fucking Mario Kart. Who wouldn't like
Okay,
an
true.
explicit tag? Uh,
It's fine. No, man, I'm just saying, there's no Zelda, there was no Mario launch game for this one, no big one. The one that came out last year, I never cared for it. It wasn't that interesting, right? Or is that just me?
I think it's just you.
All right, so anyway, as far as E3 goes, man, we have games that stand out. I mean, you have your standard Call of Duty and Battlefield coming, of course, as always.
Which
Um,
Battlefield Hardline I think was a surprise to everyone.
why is
We
it
didn't. I don't think we knew. Did we know anything about Battlefield Hardline before it came out? I don't think so.
Yes and no, and I'm going to say no first because we didn't know what would be the premise for the game. But yes, I mean basically there was going to be a new Battlefield. That is who
Well,
goes up
yeah.
head to head with Call of Duty. Um, Also, there's something about Halo later.
Cops and
Um,
robbers, motherfucker,
yeah, dude,
dude.
I'm telling
I
you.
have the beta. I have the beta, and I know you've had troubles getting into the beta,
Yeah,
but that game is one big giant bucket of fun
is it? I mean,
and a,
is
a
it
giant fucket of bun.
a giant bucket of bun? All right, no, is it? Is
Yes.
it? Is it as much destruction as was Battlefield 4?
On the current map that they have, it's only one map in the beta with two different modes,
All right.
Blood Money and Heist.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would say yes. There are actually two instances of Levolution that can happen in the map that they have right now. You can make a giant crane fall, and
Nice.
destroy part of a building, and you can collapse a highway, and there are a few other ones, but a few other like smaller ones. But
Anything
the
that
crane
changes the
one.
map in a really big way, like the ones you saw.
Actually, yeah. The crane gives when it's up there, it gives a really good vantage point for snipers and stuff. But when it's down, it actually gives a few extra pathways to get to the loot.
Oh,
Um,
oh, the loot. That's right. That's the main thing.
not much of in the terms of evolution on the other side of the map with the cops section for the blood money mode.
Now, I never got to play Battlefield 4 because it was just by the time I heard all the troubles with it and I just kind of gave up on it. But is it a case where when that stuff happens, like that mass destruction, that you can die if you're under there? Like if it comes
Yeah.
down on your head? Okay, good.
Oh yeah.
That's good. Just
Well,
making
duh.
sure. Well, no, just making sure,
Giant
man.
fucking crane falling on your head. I think that would cause some massive contusions,
Contusions,
some
maybe.
concussions, and major pulpage of your
Yeah.
body.
Okay, now just making sure because I never played Battlefield 4, so I would assume that was the case. I just wasn't sure. So Battlefield 4, Hardline rather. Then you have Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, which actually I'm a little bit excited about. It looks
You mean
promising. It's
Titanfall without the mechs?
Titanfall without the mechs,
Oh
and
my god.
like,
The second I saw that jetpack jump, I was like,
okay, but and then also the guns kind of look like something out of Halo a little bit, right?
and
Or is that just
Titanfall.
me? Okay, I never played Titanfall, but
It
I
is just.
that's gonna change this weekend because it's a free weekend on Origin, by the way. If you're listening, yeah, the day today also I should mention
I
that at
really
the
like
top
looking at your left eye, by the way, in the corner of that screen.
is today is the 20th of June 2014.
You're right,
Um,
it is.
yeah, so that's a free weekend for anyone that has Origin on the PC for to play Titanfall if you haven't already played the
Oh,
game.
really? I
Been
didn't
out
know
since
that.
November.
Well, too
Yes.
bad I already have Titanfall.
Well, too bad you already
Does
have
that
it, and
include the DLC, or does that,
I'm pretty sure it's just a
or
base
is
game.
it just
It's
the base
it's
game?
it's
Yeah.
EA and Origin, but I mean it's nice, right? They don't have to do that, so that's good. So basically, yeah, those two games probably already heard about them, but there's some other games, Landon, that were announced that you and I kind of have an interest for.
Yes, like
There,
Bloodborne.
there's yeah, that's
Oh.
from Software. Ah,
Yeah,
see what I did? See what I did?
yeah, but you haven't. I'm gonna slap you. You haven't played Dark Souls or
Oh,
any of its Demon Souls or any of its other iterations.
I have not.
Well,
Never
then
had it.
you have no reason to be excited, do you?
That's
So
why I'm
yo
saying
ass
you're
gotta
excited
get
for
to
it.
playing
Yes,
that
you're
fucking
correct.
game because it's for free on Xbox. You have no excuse.
Wait, Dark Souls is free. That's the one I
Dark
downloaded.
Souls, yes.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah, I do have to play it. I do have it downloaded. I did get it for free, for being a gold member. So yes. But
But
Bloodborne,
Bloodborne looks like super fun.
what's going on with that?
It's Gothic cathedrals, Gothic setting. Um, okay. It's Dark Souls in olden London, basically, but it's got this really weird ass name like whatever. But
Square.
Square.
Sorry, sorry.
um,
Inside joke. Anyway, go ahead.
but it looks like a lot of fun. It just looks like it's going to be another ARPG from Software, and it's going to be phenomenal.
You could have just said
Um,
From Software. No one would know. I'm kidding.
eh. Well, I prefer to actually use the developer's name instead of being,
I got you.
funny.
Well, they are. I mean, the games that I played from Software's, you know, their lineup in the past has been Armored Core, um, which is unfortunate because the last couple of
It is
Armored Cores
unfortunate.
have been pretty abysmal, in my opinion. No good. So I mean, I mean, I guess I'm glad they're doing good with the ARPGs. I don't know why they can't make mech combat as quick and awesome as it once was. The last couple Armored Cores have just been really, really bogged down. It's really, really stupid.
'Cause Titanfall already did that.
Dude, listen. No, see, no. Armored Core, where you get to
Did
put
you play
different.
Titanfall?
No, but you don't. Do you get to customize your
Okay,
mech? I
well,
know customization of mechs is coming. Okay,
yeah, it should have been there.
right.
Whatever.
But for Armored Core, you had the legs you could put on. You could put on tank treads. You could put a sniper rifle on one arm and a short range shotgun on the other, and then like had a radar attached to your head. Your core mattered because that's how much power and weight distribution. All these things mattered. It was awesome. But
Like Strike Vector, except not in the air.
yeah, but that
Yeah,
game, I need to
the
play it
game's
some more.
good. If anyone doesn't know what Strike Vector is, it's a dogfighting game. It's a fast-paced dogfighting game that has you flying around in this what's called a strike vector, and it can fly around really fast or go stationary and like shoot like a turret.
Yeah.
Um, it's really fast-paced and a hell of a lot of fun. Problem is, no one played it, so the
That
servers are literally empty.
yeah, and
Like
if
I
you're
logged on about a few days ago, and there's nothing there.
that sucks, man, because it reminds me a lot of Robotech. If anyone is old enough to remember that anime, as far as the way the ships maneuver and like he said, being able to kind of stand still, just kind of float there and turn around on a dime. But yeah, really really fun, fast paced. No one got on there. The people that were on there got bored of dominating everyone else because there was just not a big enough audience, which kind of sucks. Um, But yeah, I mean that's the last thing I played from Software was the from Software was Armored Core, and we got here from Bloodborne. Uh, so Bloodborne, you're just excited. It's another Dark Souls kind of game setting.
Hmm.
That's awesome. Another game with swords and action RPG. Some would argue it's not an RPG, but whatever. Is Zelda was announced
Eh.
for the Wii U. Now that's just got me super excited. Looks beautiful. If you haven't
We
seen it,
saw jack shit of it. We saw
dude,
a
man, it look,
quote unquote
okay.
in-game cinematic.
It's an
And
in-game cinematic,
nothing
yes.
else. What?
Okay, but it is an in-game cinematic, but still, it looks beautiful, and it's open world. Who hasn't
Throw
wanted an
that
open
word
world?
around like it's they throw the words in-game cinematic around like it even matters. It's not
It
an
does, though.
actual game and
Okay,
gameplay trailer. They throw that around too. Like with
okay.
Far Cry fucking 4. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not that's not a
Scripted as hell.
gameplay intro
Yeah,
or a gameplay it's the first 5 minutes of a scripted scene.
cinematic. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that's fair, but like for Zelda, though, even if it is just a cinematic, it still looks beautiful. I mean, normally, if it's an in-game cinematic, because that is obviously an in-game cinematic,
Looks like Wind Waker.
yeah, but it's
The
just
Wind Waker HD
beautiful.
remaster.
Oh, and
Except
real
not
quick,
as
except not as what?
not as, Wind Wakery.
Yeah, just more Yu-Gi-Oh anime. I don't know what Dragon
I don't
Ball.
know.
But that's actually kind of leads me to my next point about Zelda real quick. Did you hear people complaining that that wasn't Link, that was a female Link, like a woman?
No.
Yeah, there's a whole big
But
thing
all I
about.
knew was he was wearing a blue shirt.
Yeah, but I mean, like, okay, look, there's nothing against Japan and how they draw their male characters, Final Fantasy. But Link in the trailer, if we can assume that's Link, even though he's wearing blue, not green, um, he kind of looks like a female. But I mean, that's what they do in Japan. I
And
mean,
riding the horse.
yeah, he is riding a horse. But I mean, Japan just has a tendency to make their male characters look female.
Androgynous.
Yeah, that's a more correct term. Thank you. So I mean, whatever. People bitching about it, it'll be fine. I think even if it is a female, great. Nintendo's thinking outside the box, but I doubt it because they got a bunch of flack for that. Was that game?
Then
where
we
you
got an extra character that we get to ship.
yeah, that's true. Anyway, Zelda's awesome. Um, obviously for the Wii U. Next up was No Man's Sky, which is just beautiful.
Ooh. Ooh. Now there's something we can agree on.
Yes.
That game, the roguelike open world,
procedurally generated
space exploration game.
with dinosaurs. With dinosaurs. Who spaceship with dinosaurs? Last people to do that was Far
I'm gonna crash
Cry.
my spaceship into a dinosaur. Ah!
Last people to do that was the Far Cry, the all
Oh,
the
Blood
80s action
Dragon?
Blood Dragon, spaceships
Oh,
and dinosaurs. That was the last time.
That game was that game was awesome. That game
So I
was
mean,
great.
with the procedurally generated world where the developer comes out and says, "Hey, we don't even know what worlds you're gonna see yet." I mean, that blows me away. I really hope
Mhm.
that I turn it on and maybe one in the 50,000 people that plays it, maybe they got the similar plans that I did.
50,000? You think that's how many?
I'm just saying, let's grabbing a sample here, okay? Because I really hope that this game takes off.
Oh,
Man,
there's no way it won't.
now
It
is
won't
it
be Minecraft.
is it only for the PS4 or is it coming out of PC too?
Oh no, it's got to be for PC as well.
Yeah.
I can't imagine them not being on PC as well.
That'd be them.
They
kind of
only showed it
themselves.
at the Sony conference, and I'm sure
Right.
No Man's Sky, the developers for that, got a lot of money to
Do
only
that.
show themselves during the Sony press conference. But they were probably, I don't even know if there were demos at E3.
That's a good point. I don't know because we probably would have seen more videos about it. I haven't really seen much other than
Yeah,
videos.
we haven't seen any like gameplay trailers or anything.
like
We've
probably,
only seen what they've showed us.
and I think
So
they might have had a few closed demos for press, but yeah, we didn't get to see any of that. We just got to see that awesome sweeping slow camera that eventually got into the spaceship and took off. I think Kotaku actually got to play the game. I think if you go to their website, they have a video there.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
Another game that's like that though, that I'm super excited for, comes from Roberts Space Industries, and this is a game that's been in development for a while, and it is entirely crowdfunded. It is called Star Citizen, and if you haven't heard of what that game is, it's it's basically Second Life except better, and because
Hmm.
it's in space and dogfighting, and you can walk around your own like cruiser. Um, you get you can do any sort of profession you want in the game, kind of like Eve. Um, and like you could pirate, you can transport, you can mine. Just there's a buku amount of stuff to do in that game.
Hmm.
From what we've seen, and since it's entirely crowdfunded, I don't know the exact numbers, but it's something like a crazy amount of money. Um,
Yeah,
like
that's a
four
lot of money.
million some odd dollars
That's
going into that game right now.
that is
Um,
disgusting. That's I could use
But
could
it's entirely crowdfunded, and a
yeah.
lot of people want to play it. So if you haven't heard about that, go to robertspaceindustriescom and look at that game and donate if you would like to. I already have. I am getting a very kick-ass ship when that game launches. I haven't downloaded the betas yet because I don't really want to see the game quite yet. They just came out with a dogfighting module, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I like all these games where it's just exploration and being able to. I mean, Minecraft. I played that for a while, even though Landon poo poos on that game. Um, that game is awesome. These other games that are taking a cue from Minecraft. Obviously, we probably wouldn't have these games without Minecraft. Uh,
Procedurally
Basically,
generated wouldn't be a thing.
I mean, maybe, maybe not. Maybe it wouldn't have been as big a thing. Maybe it wasn't
I
done
doubt.
right.
Yeah,
I don't know.
probably that.
But basically, I mean, it's they're just so open world and so open ended that time to play these games is limited for someone that uh, has other responsibilities. But I mean, I'm still excited regardless. Um,
Unlike me.
and then
But I
just real
can't. I
quick,
don't have any other time to play other games because I'm playing WildStar.
Wildstar is a good game.
Dude.
Even though I haven't been on it since I bought it.
Yeah, I'm gonna slap you. I hate you so much. I haven't been able
Well,
to do dungeons because you haven't been on,
it's you know what? It's a thing of it's an
and
MMO.
we won't even be able to do dungeons because I'm level 42, 43.
You really
I'm
just
7 levels off max level, DJ, and you are level 8.
yeah, no. I'm level 12 and a half, almost 13. Almost.
Ooh.
Almost can get access to the home area, the housing, homing.
14.
Yeah,
Um,
it's 14.
WildStar is just one hell of a game.
Yeah,
New
it takes.
another like review site called it the new standard of the MMO.
Yeah, I was gonna say it takes
Uh,
everything that was good about WoW, uh, basically with the things that the hardcore people liked about it, and makes it, um, I guess, more for the hardcore again. Less simplified. It actually takes effort. You can actually die to mobs. You can't pull. There's no. It hasn't been around obviously long enough, so there's no sort of heirloom gear which makes your brand new characters powerful. It's all, you know.
well, housing kind of takes care of that actually. You can buy a bunch of decor items that can add different bonuses to your rested XP. So I'm sure when I log back on after being in my house for about 12 hours, I'm gonna have at least half a level of rested XP.
Well, but I mean, but that's always been there, and I mean, it's some people do want to get to end game, and WildStar isn't trying to dangle the carrot, as it were. I mean, they already have additional content coming out for it soon, right?
Yeah, no, like early July, we're getting a ton of new stuff. I think we're getting a new adventure. I don't think we're getting a new raid, but we are getting 2 new zones, two
Mm.
new Elder Game zones, um, which will be really cool. New housing items, new mounts, uh, a new mount. I don't think we're getting multiple, but still, a month after its launch, it's getting a major content update, which
Yeah,
is
that's really
crazy.
strong.
And
Yeah.
if they keep on doing that, there is no end to the amount of time I'll play this game.
Yeah, I mean, and there's not to mention the design of the game. Excuse me, they went the safer route, I assume, and made it a stylized game instead of trying to do what Elder Scrolls
Hmm.
Online did and go all hyper realistic, pushing
It is
people to the
literally the
max.
antithesis of Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
Um, it has no major IP to back it up, but it has really great gameplay and
Mhm.
really strong community. Whereas ESO has the exact opposite. Really
Well,
big IP to carry it,
well,
shitty gameplay, and
not as
a
good,
shitty
yeah.
community.
Yeah, that, and I mean, Wildstar
And the
having
Algorok
mods,
update was a little too late.
yeah, and mods day one for Wildstar was also a big thing. Actually, pre day one, if you want to get technical, because
Yeah, it was in the beta.
for the beta. So, I mean, they kind of did everything right. The servers were a little, you know, crowded,
It's
but it's
launch.
expected. Yeah, it's
It's launch.
expected, and it's an MMO. You never really know how much server space you need. So whatever, Wildstar is a great game. I do need to get back on it. I probably will. Just a little bit too much League of Legends. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, I hate you.
A year
I hate
later,
you
and
so
that game
much.
still's got its hooks in me.
I
Um,
really hate you.
you know what sucks about the League of Legends
Yeah?
for me? I
What?
uh, I failed my promo series today because
Oh,
of
it's
teams that
so
like to throw.
sad.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's so
Anyway,
sad.
anyway, just two last quick topics here. It's actually about one company. Ubisoft has kind of been jacking things up a little bit.
Yeah.
uh,
Watch Dogs happened. It's an
6 months,
okay game.
6 or 8 months later. How later was it? How much was it the delay on that? It
The
was
delay? Oh, it was like a year.
oh sorry a year.
It was
Um,
almost a year. It was about 10 months, I want to say.
yeah, and with that delay, mind telling us what happened with the PC version in particular?
Well, PC version, really fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, Ubisoft really fucked up. Uh, at launch, community version, as a lot of you may know, was rife with crashes, B-sods, um, terrible performance, just all around a very bad experience. Bad graphics, bad just about everything. Largely unplayable, um, which was very bad for Ubisoft. Um, and now we come to realize that there was some performance files, some graphics files that were unused in the base game for PC, which made the PC version look shittier than the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One version, respectively.
hmm
Like
Basically,
why
yeah,
not make your PC version look
the
just
flagship.
as good, if not better, than the PlayStation 4 and other versions?
Yeah, and I mean, there's a whole bunch
Doesn't make
of rumors. It doesn't make any sense. There's a whole bunch of rumors as to why it was done. Some people say they were in Microsoft and Sony's back pocket, but Microsoft
well,
doesn't
they
really
are.
have a reason. Well, in a way, Microsoft doesn't really have a reason, in my opinion, to do that because it's a Windows PC. It's people are going to buy it on the PC anyway. Um,
One thing that
Sony
I
maybe a
found
little
really
more.
funny. Sorry,
No,
go
go ahead.
ahead.
No, go
Okay.
ahead.
One thing that I found really funny about Watch Dogs was that Uplay was still there. It was still in the PlayStation 4 version. I thought I would get away from it by using the PlayStation 4 version, but no.
That's
PlayStation
terrible.
4 still has Uplay, and Uplay as a total is oh my god, it's so bad. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
pretty bad.
bad. Please.
It it is bad. I mean, EA hasn't learned from it. I know that a developer kind of
EA's
wanted to.
Origin is way better now.
Oh, it is
That's
better.
fine.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, but what I'm saying is, I get the idea from publishers wanting to kind of control and be able to monitor their games and the usage of their games more, closely. But if your service is interfering with a gamer's ability to play your game or whatever game you're putting out on that service, you're hurting yourself because I mean the main reason I don't really like to play Far Cry 3 even though I think I bought a retail version. The main
Oh,
reason
so
I don't like to play Far Cry 3 is because of the Uplay service. It is clunky, it is terrible. I don't like to use it. I don't like to log into it.
Good thing I parted it.
Well, I mean, then that's the thing, though. It's like it's just I don't know. They need to fix that. Another thing with Ubisoft. Oh, sorry, we didn't finish that up. Ubisoft, the code in there for Watch Dogs on the PC was extracted by I think it was a Redditor.
It was a
Uh,
mod
went
that
in.
used
Well,
it
they call it a mod, but it's not really a mod because it's the code that was already there. All he did was modify it. I guess that's where it
to
gets
use
mod.
it. Yeah.
Right. But it was in there. It was even marked as E3. Like, I mean, you're gonna give us E3. Like, if you're gonna sell me a car, you're not gonna sell me a lesser version. You're gonna put the base model or the middle of the road model, and then when I go buy it, you're gonna be like, this is the best one. You don't
Yeah.
show me the best one and then sell me the fucking deluxe little piece of shit. You know what I mean? I don't know.
And they claimed that, well, and it apparently is true that the files that are found in the PC version actually cause performance issues, and some buggy gameplay, and quote unquote distracts the player from the gameplay,
Wait,
which I
wait.
think was a point that they did not need to make. They could have left it at performance issues, which players have been experiencing when using
Anyway.
the mod.
Well, but they've
Yeah.
been experiencing it anyway. So like if that's the
Well, yeah.
case, I mean, I mean, just leave it in there.
Why release a buggy game in the first place?
That's what I'm saying. Like if you
It's
left it in
ridiculous.
there, it would have still had bugs, and then all the people would only had to complain about is bugs. They wouldn't have to complain about hitting code.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then, lastly, another fiasco from Ubisoft, another big terrible falter, especially with the female gamers. No female character model in Assassin's Creed Unity. Uh, and the explanation for this was
That's
pretty bad.
crazy.
Did you hear about the explanation?
Well, yeah,
They
it's
said it
dumb.
would have taken too
It's
long,
the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
taken
And then
too
they
long,
asked
too
one of the
much
animators for
manpower.
Assassin's Creed that,
A previous
hey,
version.
I could have made one of those models. I could have animated one of those models in about 10 minutes.
Right. Yeah. Well, technically 2 days, 1 to 2 days. But Ubisoft came out and said, "Hey, we didn't do this for Unity because it would have just taken too long and too much manpower." Whereas previous developer, as Lana just said that previous developer for Assassin's Creed had said that it would take them 2 days tops. And it's not like they don't have assets from previous Assassin's Creed games that did have female assassins, which just leads me to believe that they're being super lazy.
Just take a fucking, like, a tourist and put him, a civilian, and put him in a garb, and then put him on a rooftop. It's
Right,
fucking assassin.
there's
It's a
female
female
models,
assassin.
right? There's female models in the game already.
Exactly. It
Hey,
was like, what the fuck?
and
All
the
you have
big
to do is animate those animations, and you're good.
and the biggest point of
All it is
contention,
rigging.
yeah, and the biggest point of contention is the time period at which Assassin's Creed Unity takes place is during the French Revolution, and one of the biggest assassins, notorious assassins during the French Revolution was in fact a female. So that's the big stink about that. And you know what, Ubisoft? At least we know EA wants our money, and they're not trying to hide it. So if you guys are just gonna be dicks, just say, "Hey, look, we're dicks." I mean, at least be honest.
I might play Unity just because it's in the French Revolution, by the way. Probably my favorite time period in European history.
Yeah.
No, definitely my favorite time period in European history was the French Revolution. That beats out the Thousand Year War and everything. Fucking, I love the French Revolution.
I mean, it's Assassin's Creed. It's one of the games that I did want to play just because of the co-op, the way they're gonna have the co-op in there.
I
But
care less about co-op.
I love
Like,
co-op.
it's dumb that that's a selling point.
Well,
The
for me,
fact
I
that
like
they
I
have
like
to
it.
use a gameplay element that has been in so many other games to sell a new Assassin's Creed game is kinda dumb to me. The fact
Yeah.
that Assassin's Creed has had so many iterations in such a short period of time is dumb to me. They could have stopped at 2, and I would have been fine. Well, don't stop at 2, because 2 is shit. So is 3, by the way. Brotherhood got it right. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of Assassin's Creed. Played all through Assassin's Creed 1 because that was a great game.
Yeah,
Uh,
I never got really far in Assassin's Creed 1. The story was kind of meh. I did play Brotherhood, and the sequence where you're running through the caves to get to the new base location for the Animus or whatever
mhm.
uh, really, really bugged me with that voice acting. That woman was just. I think it was the guy too. They were both kind of like complaining and had like the cheesiest dialogue I've ever heard. It was bad. I didn't like it. Um, Lastly, here, in response to this Assassin's Creed issue with the female, a little game called Sunset Overdrive, which looks amazing for the
Hmm.
Xbox One. They put out a video of a little funny video here. You see the trailer. Just Google "female assassin Sunset Overdrive." You find it, I'm sure. They basically put a female Assassin's Creed inspired model into their game Sunset Overdrive, which is a third-person action shooter. Looks freaking amazing.
That game looks
Um,
a lot of fun, which is the only game I'm excited for on Xbox. Oh, we didn't talk about the Master Chief Edition and how dumb I think that is.
oh, we'll get to that in a second. But this stab, basically, if you will watch the video, uh, they show a female assassin that has been, I'm pretty sure, since E3 has been created and animated for Sunset Overdrive, and it's in there.
Yeah.
It's in there. They even take a stab at this is a all the clothes in the game are you can wear on either male or female characters. It doesn't matter. So they just basically took a big stab at Ubisoft, and I think it's hilarious. And by the way, the developer for Sunset Overdrive is, I believe, Insomniac Games, same people that gave you Ratchet and Clank. Um,
Oh,
Freaking amazing.
Insomniac's so good.
Very excited.
We all love
And
Insomniac.
lastly, here to wrap up the show, Master Chief Edition. I am very excited for. Landon, you could give how many shits about it? There you go. That's
That's a big
exactly
fat
the number.
zero.
That's a big fat zero right there. Anyways, it's basically Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, all being re-released on the Xbox One at a combined package for $60. HD revision of 2 has been bestowed upon us. Halo Anniversary Edition essentially is also coming with it. So basically, Halo 1 and 2 have been remastered in HD. The developers came out and said that Halo 3 and 4 look good enough as they were, so they are just coming over basically as upscaled versions on the Xbox One.
Yes, and maybe Halo 4 won't have any artifacting.
Oh my god.
Maybe, just maybe.
Well, I mean, you can't win them all, but I'm excited because the
Having
playlist
an
they
original
have.
Xbox? Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. Just basically being able to play any map of any of the, I think it was like 100 and something between all 4 games.
Mhm.
Playlist will do, if you go into a SWAT playlist, if you're familiar with that, you'll be able to do a SWAT game from Halo 2. Maybe you get one from Halo 3 or Halo 4. Who knows? But it'll just be all on the same hopper. You'll be able to create
Dual
that.
wielding in all the games, I think.
No,
They
dual
put in
wielding, dual wielding only in Halo 2. The funniest thing though is that you can do playlists of missions, which any. I mean, if you think about this, let's say you don't like Halo, but if you think about any game that has spanned multiple sequels, if you had one disc with all those games in it, and you were able to play your favorite missions from said 1, 2, 3 game, part 1, part 2, part 3 of the games, you can create your own playlist and only play, for example, in Halo, only play the Warthog levels if you want. Or they do have a playlist, a default one in there that starts you Mission 1, Halo 1, ends on Last Mission, Halo 4. And I can just see many,
And that
many.
would take you about a year to finish.
No, not even that. If you could
They're
do that, a
fucking
speed
long.
run, do a speed run of that. Could you imagine the videos that are going to come out? Halo 1 to Halo 4, legendary across the board. The speed runs, doing it without dying. That's got to be an achievement, right? I don't know.
Doing the entire thing? Fuck that. Fuck that, dude.
No, yeah, and just no saving. You can't pick it up. You just can't die. I don't know. There's going to be interesting things that come from that, but basically, I mean, that's E3.
One
That's our
thing I
E3
didn't
show.
actually hold on. One
Oh,
thing I
right.
didn't think about for the Halo Master Chief Edition is the Forge. The Forge is going to be able to take assets from every single game.
I hope so.
Not
That would
that
be
they're
awesome.
not that they're much different in
No, they're not.
in the
Really.
scope. So I guess
Really.
that's not really much of a point to make.
Well, no, I mean it can be because if you can go into the Forge for Halo 1 maps, that'd be awesome. Or even Halo
Right.
2, that would be good. I mean, I could see your point. If they've done what they, if they're gonna do what they've done in the past, which is just give you basically a big Forge world map, which I think was done in Halo Reach, that'd be nice. But Even if
Right.
you can only modify the all the maps standalone, that'd be great too. I don't even
Oh
care.
yeah, we should mention that Reach and ODST
Are not
um
included.
are not included. Neither is Halo Wars.
We don't need
Big surprise.
we don't need Halo Wars. We don't need Spartan Assault. We don't need. No, we're good. Halo Wars is fine by itself. ODST is fine by itself.
Eh.
Firefighters introduced in that. I liked it. Reach is the only one that I'm personally sad about not
Oh
being in
yeah,
there.
Firefight. That's gonna be on all the maps too.
Oh, I hope so. That'd be nice, right? Fending off all
Well, they
the enemies.
gotta. I mean, that's the only reason I would even care.
But yeah. I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about, Landon? Because I mean, it was a pretty big week at E3. I think we've covered most of the
Quote
bigger
unquote.
games. Yeah, I mean,
It was a shitty E3, let's be honest.
yeah,
Compared
yeah,
to, well, what do we expect after the first year after a
honestly, yeah,
console's launch? They ain't got much to talk
yeah.
about.
I'm more excited for the 2015 E3. You're right. But yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
Destiny!
that's.
Hey!
Oh, yeah, we did forget about Destiny, but you know what? Destiny's only 3 short months away. Did you know that?
Ooh, and shorter if you have the beta. Ooh!
That's true. The beta starts next month, right? Like July,
Yep, in
something.
30
July.
days.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome because I
Ooh,
pre-ordered it. I don't know about you, Landon, but I
me
pre-ordered it
too.
because
I am
I.
signed up on Wait, you don't have it on PS4.
No, sir, I do not.
Me and Kevin
But
and you all agreed that we would have it on PS4.
well, look, tell you what.
Fucking traitor.
When I buy a PS4, maybe. But until then, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I
Then
was
I guess we're
given.
not
I
friends
was.
anymore.
I guess we don't need to do a podcast together anymore. No, I don't know. I'll probably end up getting it. The Xbox One that I have was gifted to me. I didn't really buy it myself, so it's whatever. Um, anyways, man, yeah, Destiny's good. If you don't know what that game is, I'm sorry for you because that game looks amazing. Obviously by Bungie, the same people that did Halo. So hopefully they
hmm
can capture that lightning twice with Destiny, and that game looks amazing. Um, but yeah, man, is there anything else that we missed? I don't know. I
I don't
can't
think
really
so. Nothing else I care about.
think. Right? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you for tuning in and checking us out. Hopefully, this is gonna be more of a thing that I can schedule so that we can make this happen more often because I'm done taking hiatus after hiatus on this. This is important to me and I do want to improve it. So any improvements you have suggestions for, please shoot them my way. You can follow me on Twitter at DJRU303. And Landon, what is your Twitter?
Well, I have a Twitter. It's at games, lots of them. Um, at
Oh,
games, lots of them, and I have a YouTube channel, games, lots of them.
okay.
So subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter. I do not have a Facebook page yet. Should probably get on that.
Oh yeah, yeah, sorry. We do have a Facebook page as a podcast. That would be
We
This
do.
Achievement Sucks. You can go to Facebook there for that. Website will be up as soon as I get off my lazy ass and do that.
hmm
But yeah, we do want to go ahead and keep this rolling. Landon and I love games, as you can tell. We're very passionate. It'll come through as we do the show more regularly. Again, thank you for tuning in. If you have any comments, suggestions, you can even comment on this video here on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. That would help us out a great big deal. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Landon, take care, buddy.
See ya. I'm gonna go play Wildstar.
All right, I'm going to go drive places. See ya.
Okay.